Most people think that falls only happen because of weak legs or poor balance. But the truth is, there are 3 hidden problems that quietly increase your fall's risk. In today's video, I'm going to show you what they are, how to spot them, and then how to fix them so you can avoid a fall. This video is based on research from a 2021 study that looked at the differences between older people who fall frequently versus those who had never fallen. And the researchers found 3 key differences in the feet and ankles of the people who fall a lot. But the good news is, these differences are all fixable, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how. The first silent problem that increased risk of falls is a loss of ankle dorsiflexion, which is this movement here, bringing the toes up towards the shin. And you need ankle dorsiflexion to clear your foot from the ground when you walk, and to react to uneven surfaces and to come downstairs. So if you lose ankle dorsiflexion, it makes sense that you're more likely to fall. And you can test your ankle dorsiflexion at home using this simple test called the knee to wall test. Here is how it looks. We're going to test one leg at a time. So I'm going to start off testing my right foot. And the goal of this test is to have your foot close to the wall and to touch your knee to the wall without your heel lifting up, okay? So for me, if I put my foot here and bent my knee like this, I can touch my knee to the wall without this heel lifting up here. And what you want to do is take your foot away from the wall as far as you can, whilst still being able to touch the wall without that heel lifting up. Now, to pass this test, you want your toes to be at least the width of your fist away from the wall. So if I can put my fist there, my toes touch my fist, and then I do the test, that's a pass. Now, if you want a double pass, which is gold standard, you want to be able to do the same thing, but with your fist and a thumb. So if I open my thumb and I put my thumb on the wall, my toes go to my fist like that, and then I bend. For me, that's a fail, and that's because I've got limited ankle range of motion with that ankle. Now, if I worked on that dorsiflexion over a few weeks, I probably could pass the test. And so can you if you follow some of these exercises. So I'm going to show you some brilliant exercises now to help you improve that movement. But before I do, I just need to make you aware they're not suitable for everyone, and please avoid them if they cause you pain. So here's a great exercise to improve your ankle dorsiflexion. You just need a nice solid dining room chair, and you're going to prop it up against the wall like this with the backrest on the wall and the seat facing you. This is called chair dorsiflexion mobilization. It's super easy to do. What we're going to do is take your stiff ankle, the one that didn't do so well on the test, and just put the foot on the chair like this, okay? So you're resting your foot nice and flat. Now, you can do this one of 2 ways. The first way is you can keep your foot flat and take your knee over the top of your toes, pull in on the back of the chair, and then release it. So this is a mobilization because we're moving in and out of stiffness. Now remember, that heel never lifts up off the chair. You've got to keep it down, because if I kept moving forward, I would do that, and nothing's really happening. You want to keep that heel down, the knee goes over the toes, and then it comes back like that. And your cue to stop is when you feel you've run out of movement, either because you're tight in your soleus or your Achilles here, or your ankle joint just says, I haven't got any more to give. That's your cue to come back. It shouldn't be painful. At worst, you should just feel a stretch, but you're going to keep doing that movement for probably 30 seconds at a time, a couple of times a day, works super well. The second way you can do it is just a static stretch. So rather than moving in and out, we just move in and then we hold. So that would look like this. You come over like this, pull towards you with the back of the chair, and just hold that stretch. Now, this is particularly good if you feel that it's a tightness here that's stopping you going any further. And for this one, rather than moving in and out for 30 seconds, you just hold for 30 seconds. Simple as that. With either of these, come back to them a couple of times a day, and they make a massive difference over a few weeks. Now, by the way, if you're one of the many people who's interested in truly improving your strength and mobility, I've got a fantastic free gift that I want to tell you about today. It's called my Stronger for Life Roadmap. And what it is a free assessment where you answer 10 questions, and based on your answers, we'll send you a personalized roadmap plan to help you improve your strength and your mobility. It's one of the best things I've created. It's totally free, and you can sign up for it in the link in the description box below. The second silent problem that increases your risk of falls is a loss of extension in the big toe. Now this is big toe extension, pulling the toe up towards you, and you need this because every time you push off your toes when you walk, your big toe has to extend. So if you lose big toe extension, it puts you off balance, other areas have to compensate, and it's been linked with a much higher risk of falling over. Now you can test your big toe extension just like this. You're going to stand up tall. You want to keep your entire foot in contact with the ground except for your big toes, which you're going to try and lift up towards you whilst keeping all your other toes on the ground. Now this tests two things. The first is it tests the stiffness of your big toe, because if you're stiff, you're not going to have that movement. But then second, it tests your control over the muscles that control your big toe as well. So if you can't lift your big toes, one of those things is lacking. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how to regain that big toe extension now. If you didn't do so well in that test, here is a nice mobilization to help you improve your big toe mobility. You need to sit somewhere where you can reach your toes. You don't need to sit like me. This is just so I can show you on camera, but you need to find a position to rest your foot so you can reach your toes with your hand. And all you're going to do is take your forefinger, reach over the top of your toe and pull the toe up towards you like this. So you're pulling that toe back just to the point of stiffness. Now we don't want to go right into pain, okay? So if you've got arthritis there, if you've got a painful big toe, don't take it right to the point where it hurts, but just take it to the point where it feels stiff and then release it. And then back to the point of stiffness and release. And we want to do this about 30 times in a row. It'll only take you 30 seconds because you're moving at a pace of, 1 second up, well, 60 seconds really, 1 second up, 1 second down. But that will start to loosen your big toe if you do it a couple of times a day. So I'd recommend coming back to it several times. Regularity with exercises like these is key. And over time, that big toe will loosen up. The third silent problem that increases your risk of falls is foot pain. And foot pain is super common in older people. At least 20% of older people report some sort of foot pain. And there are many causes for this. You've got plantar fasciitis, Morton's neuroma. Sometimes people just have poor foot mechanics. So I can't solve all of these issues in one video. However, there is one thing that contributes to foot pain in many cases, and that's tightness in the calf muscle. Because if you've got a tight calf, it affects the whole mechanics of your foot, and it puts stress on the small joints, and it makes things like plantar fasciitis much more likely. The good news is, if you've got tight calves, it's actually quite straightforward to fix it. You just need to be persistent with this one exercise. It's called the calf stretch. And I love this exercise because you can do it any time throughout the day, brushing your teeth, waiting for the kettle to boil. All of these things are good times to do it. So here is how it looks. You just need something to put your hands against. So I'm going to use the wall here. And what you're going to do is take one of your feet back, the one that's going to be stretched, and put that heel flat on the floor like this. You want this back leg to be straight. Keep your body up nice and straight, and then bend the front knee until you feel a stretch in that calf there at the back. Once you've got that stretch, all you're going to do is hold it for 30 seconds and then just go back to your day, but keep coming back to it multiple times. And it does make sense to stretch both sides if you've got time. I'll show you on the other side, just so I'm well balanced. You're going to put that foot out behind you, this time with this leg nice and straight, bend that front knee, keep the heel down all the time. I can feel more tightness in my right calf today, unsurprisingly. And then you're just going to hold for 30 seconds. It's as simple as that. I often tell my patients to shoot for 5 of these every day. That would give you a massive improvement over time if you're consistent, and it fixes many causes of foot pain. So I hope you found that useful. If you have, please do drop a comment below because we love to read your thoughts. There's another video on the screen right now which shows you one of my best tips to help you improve your foot health. So click on that if you're interested, and I'll see you again on the next one.